be our greatest adversary?
I think there's an obvious one in mind, which is Iran. Iran has American blood on their hands, okay? This attack on Israel, 200 ballistic missiles. What we need to do to ensure that Iran never achieves the ability to be a nuclear power, that is one of my highest priorities.
So if you
And
have
that must
proof
be.
that Iran is building a nuclear weapon, would you take military action?
I'm not going to talk about hypotheticals at this moment.
Which foreign country?
These are the people I'm going to block. Anyone in here who's speaking definitively, like, we know Kamala wouldn't have bombed Iran. I don't even understand how you can make such a statement. I don't understand how y'all, what is it about this woman that she has shown you that makes you think that she is like some peaceful, like, namaste, like, auntie? What is it about her? She's taking photos with cops, calling herself a top cop. She's married to a Zionist. When she ran on her campaign, she said, I'm going to be just like Joe Biden. She literally in her DNC speech said that she will make sure America remains the most lethal military. She, in her interview on ABC, absolutely said Iran is our biggest enemy. Where I don't I don't know, like, does it just make you feel, I don't know what, I don't know, I don't understand what what that does for you. I don't know anybody in the Bay that gets down with Kamala. Not one person. So I think that that's more of a projection of what you would like, you and, you and the one that called her Mamala, what's her name?
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're going to keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm Gray Mars.
I'm Mia.
I'm Enzo.
I'm Kamala.
You muted, King
Being
J.
muted.
Thank you. I'm King J.
And we also have Doc joining us. So, guys, you saw the updated intro. Where's the sounds, Kamal? I need some applause. We added King J to the man cave. And just temporarily tonight, he's stepping in and filling in for your girl Skeptic. She's playing midwife today. Her sister's having a baby, so let's congratulate her on that. But we also have Doc. Doc is joining us tonight. He has a unique perspective to give. He served in Iraq, former military. So let's thank Doc for his service. And yeah, tonight's going to be a good show. We're going to call some people to the congregation tonight to the front. First, we're going to start with the left. Some of y'all been online talking about I stand with Iran. We're going to call you to the front. Also, y'all have been saying that things would be different under Kamala, aka the one married to a Zionist, aka the top cop, aka Joe Biden Jr. So we're going to talk tonight, make some predictions about how we think it would be better. But don't worry if you're watching. We're going to call MAGA to the front because I need them to take off the caps and loosen up their heads and stop with the delusionness because we are living in Delulu land right now with MAGA. I'm sorry. We're going to call it out. So it's going to be fair tonight. We're calling out both sides tonight, both extremes, both ends of the spectrum, because we got some Delulus tonight. We got Delulus on the left and Delulus on the right, and we're going to talk about it. Gray, you are the most pure Democratic person I know, where you're not far left or anything. You stand with the DNC on a lot of their issues. Tell me, how would it have been different if Kamala was president tonight?
I can't say exactly how it would be different. I mean, I'm not a psychic. I mean, I feel like regardless, it don't matter what party it is, they're going to my bad. I feel like regardless of whatever party it is, they're going to support Israel. So I can't necessarily say it would have been necessarily different because Israel's who started this. So I mean, like, I don't know what her reaction would have been. I'm not gonna try to predict it. But yeah, I got it.
Okay, fair enough. Mia, if Kamala was president, what you think it would be like tonight?
I mean, to be honest, so we have to kind of look at the facts. She is married to a man of Hebrew descent, so she is married to a Zionist. She was a prosecutor, so she follows the law. And she is, for all intents, she's a Democrat and for pretty well established, I mean, the DNC politics in Washington, they all believe peace through strength. That's been the narrative since Reagan, is always peace through strength. So to be honest, I don't see her doing anything different at all whatsoever. I mean, the woman was a prosecutor, for goodness sake. Of course, she understands peace through strength. So for anybody to say Miss Harris would do anything different I just feel like it's disingenuous. I mean, she was a prosecutor. I have no doubts that she would have done something. It just doesn't make any sense. They all take money from AIPAC. It's a proven fact. I mean, the United States, arguably, Israel is one of the oldest allies we have, dating back to the early 1900s. We've been allied with them, legitimate oldest ally. Of course, we're going to come to their defense. So anybody who says anything different is just disingenuous. It isn't really telling the truth.
Doc, how do you think it would be different with Kamala?
I think it would have been very different, actually. I think Democrats have historically been slow to confrontation. I also think the way she would have packaged it and would have delivered it would have been different. I think Trump gave it to us as, a victory speech, and I think Democrats probably would have tried to hide it. It would have been like a hiding thing. They wouldn't have come right out and told us. I don't think that's something that they would have just gave us the information, because they historically haven't. So I just don't believe that to be true.
Kamal, you're from the great state of California. You lived under Kamala Harris, I guess you could say Attorney General, when she was the Attorney General. What do you think? How do you think it would be different? Would it be different?
When she became Attorney General, though, I moved out the Bay Area. Didn't she become like Attorney General in like 2005? What year was it?
Yeah, like 2004, 2005, like around that time.
Yeah, that's when I left to a PWI, San Diego State. So I wasn't necessarily under her shit, but I had friends that was under her stuff, and it wasn't pretty. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, we can't stand Kamala over here, and especially the Bay Area. You feel me? All that bullshit she did, and would it have been different? Yeah, it would have been different. We would have got a drunken speech from Kamala. That's what we would have gotten. Yeah, Doc, I kind of agree with you. She probably would have been bullshitting, trying to lie and talk around it. After we have a clip of her saying that, "Hey, Iran, we gonna basically bomb their ass. They F with us." All right, yeah, that would have been the difference. Shit. So yeah, the Kamala Harris would have been different with Donald Trump. That's the only thing. That's it.
True. But you feel like it would have been the same outcome, just different way to say it, pretty much.
Yeah, just a different flair, been more like what Doc was saying, like she would have tried to finagle and bullshit around it and put some fluff around it and stuff instead of give it to us straight up. You know what I mean? Even though we know, like, yo, man, you work with feds. We know you trying to bomb some shit. Still, like, start with the BS. It'd have been a lot more
True.
BS. That's what I felt like. That'd have been the
More
only
BS.
difference. The outcome been the same, but we'd have been just in more confusion.
You think more confusion? Wow. Okay. Enzo, what's your thoughts? Would it be different or the same tonight?
I mean, I don't think it would be that different. I think it would just happen a lot quicker because I see her folding to Netanyahu more than everyone says Trump did. And I see that happening a lot quicker and just taking letting Israel take the gloves off and do exactly what they did in Gaza under Joe Biden, which she said she wanted to be Joe Biden Jr. So if we want to say that, then pretty much the auto pen would be doing all of that. So
King J. So the other left person on the line. Do you label yourself a Democrat? Independent? Like what do you think? Like what do you go by? Because I know everybody on the left has different things that they go by.
I'm a Democrat. I am a Democrat. The
Okay,
black
so
part,
Democrat.
the black community has no other political tools. That's the best political tool that we have. So that's what I am until we create something better. I am a Democrat.
Fair enough. Okay. So because we had somebody on the show that said they were Green Party. So that's why I'm just trying to delineate. So now that I have that established, how would it have been different if the Democrats were in charge and Kamala Harris was the president?
I think it would have been a lot more diplomatic. I think maybe in a couple years we would have been in this kind of situation, but I think we definitely would have seen some type of diplomatic talks, at least try, before we just started throwing hissy fits and dropping information on Truth Social. So I think she would have handled it a lot better so far as that. Do I think we could have avoided the outcome? Probably not, but I don't think it would have been like this.
Not like this. Okay. Well, we got some interesting takes tonight. So we set the stage. We called out the left. We're going to get to the right pretty soon. But the left took a big hit. They decided that they were going to try to impeach Trump today. Did it work out? We'll talk about it. But here's the clip of Al Green's speech.